Where donde está? And maybe out of any place that would have been it. I don't know where my gloves are. Where are the gloves, bro? Oh, actually, where the fuck are you guys? Hold on. You guys have to obey the laws of physics. You can't just disintegrate into nothingness. Where do for my gloves? There are four different ones. Can't find one. What? Stop. Stop. Just keep. Okay. Finally found one behind the heater, which hasn't been plugged in because we've been getting like over 80-degree days. Anywho, is it this one? No. Where is the drawing thing? You gotta be kidding me, bro. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. So, first off, yeah, this is a temporary name, mostly because I don't really know what else to call it. Let me expand this so I can get better color. Oh, no, this is not calibrated. So I'm doing it like in the corner up here, but it's like I can't even do it because that's off screen. So you see this corner? It's actually my pencil was here. I know how to change this actually because I had this problem before where randomly it'll just flip everything. I go into the Huion tablet thingy, working area. Oh, that's bad. Usually when this happened, it was like, oh, rotate. Working area. This one's the working area. Maybe that fixed it. Oh, no, okay, that actually just switched it. Okay, that's actually the bad thing to do. Okay, hold on. Back over here. Okay. Really, I could have like. Oh no, it's back. Okay. I. Oh, not now. Now. Okay. Okay. What the? Let me exit this because I don't know what the fuck's happening. No, I'm not gonna save it. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Like it works regularly right now. New image. Create. Okay, I guess it works now. Oh, technology trying to kill me. Clunk clunk. Okay, well you're not gonna look like that. Bro, why aren't you turning on? Oh, there you go. Okay, I don't know what the fuck all that was about. So, temporary name. Strange. Oh, whoa, that's way too thick. There we go. Zoom in. Zoom in more. More, I say. That should be good. Okay. Name of the game. Strange matter. And before I get into the specifics, because it's kind of just like me, um, I was gonna call it gray matter. And you'll understand the more I talk about the game. Then I was like, man, gray matter sounds like well, I guess it does have to do a bit about psychology. You know what? I will just put gray question mark. Who knows? So this one is a bit more of a loose term. So I'll start with the lore. Lore of the world goes like this. Here is heaven. Oh shit. I don't know what the fuck that was about. Here is earth. And here is obviously hell. So in the lore of the game, this is how it is. Literally, so like, like an eye. Like, here is hell. Like, the fire. But for the people on Earth, it's just like the ground. It's like, oh, look at the ground. Oh, oh yes, the ground. And then heaven is just above the sky. The sky is heaven's floor or something. So yeah. That is the first lore. And actually, I feel like that's too big. Let me swing, swing, swing. Move you guys close together. That is the lore, right? That is like the overarching lore. That's like the most basic of basic lores. Now, presiding over all, and it's kind of like a brittle bones Nikki. Let me deselect. So let me zoom in actually a bit more. Presiding over all of this is God, who is like, yeah, let's just do it like that. It's like a dicordial, dichasm being. God is both like regular God and the devil. That's second lore. So, heaven, earth, hell, and like just like kind of neutral-ish, but still. This is one of the key themes. Key themes. One way or the other way, with no in between. That's going to be a key theme. If you're in heaven, you're good. If you're angel, you're good. If you're in hell, you're bad. And if you're a demon, you're bad. No in between. God's vision is in black and white. Everything you do to God is quantifiable, and it's either going to be a positive number or a negative number. That's big lore, okay? Big overarching lore. So what is the mini lore? Well, you have a king guy on his throne, just like, I'm thinking, and I don't know, hands on my hip or something, on a golden throne Yeesh, I suck at this. Hold on. On a. Oh, maybe I could just. I don't want to create a new layer just for a fucking chair. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll just give it a bit more per. Let me zoom in more. Let me give it a bit more perspective. And this is like red, because like the cushioning, you're right. Red cushioning. Now, in this realm, theology and stuff is known. So there's not a shadow of a doubt of all of the lore. People just know this. People know if you dig down deep enough, the reason why it gets hotter and hotter is because you're approaching hell. And the reason why it gets colder and colder is like something about, I don't know, lore. I don't know what Christians and stuff thought about why when you go higher up the colder it is. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they think that like oh yeah, that's good. Because they think because heaven and stuff is perfect, it is basically kind of like frozen. Like you freeze beef and it preserves it like the state it is in for longer, and so like, oh, it's like it's really cold because nothing needs to be changed or anything, like it's inherent property of the universe or something. So you have this king guy sitting on his chair just thinking about God and stuff. And he's a fairly good king. But one thing about the king is that he is super utilitarian. So when he does something, it is the most practical thing for the benefit of the most people. He has all this in mind. He's like, well, God might not just might. I'll just write this out. So this is what he's thinking. Actually, I'm gonna do the bubble after because I don't know how much space I need. So he's thinking, to himself, God might not agree with me. First off, number one, God might not agree with me. Reasoning is a utilitarian. I'll just put a UT God. A UT God would simply create an, or I'm not going to spell infinite, I'm just going to go like this, an infinite amount of being in your list. So he's like, God and I might not see eye to eye because how I would do it is like this. But then he thinks about more. It's like God is like a dicardial being, And so good has to exist without evil. And so he's like, okay, well, if good cannot exist without evil, then it's impossible for God to create an infinite amount of beings. So after that, he first thought, blasphemous thought. Oh nope, don't do that. Stop. God fucking damn it. Hold on. Second thought. That's his second thought. His second thought is the universe has to be balanced. Now, he doesn't particularly know why. That's a key thing. To his knowledge, there is no reason why good and evil have to exist together. But that's just how God made it. With both evil and good. And he knows that one amount of evil in the universe has to have one amount of good and vice versa. And so he thinks to himself again. And he comes up with two solutions. So, three. Two solution. First solution, which is one that every utilitarian knows about. First solution. You have a bunch of people living a super awesome, good life. Ooh, yay. Everything's perfect. I'm just in bliss forever. Awesome. Awesome. And over here, you have one person in infinite pain. Just forever. That's his first solution. It's like, okay, there's two ways for this to make sense to me. The most practical thing. And he thinks it as one life versus many. Many lives, one life. Someone has to bite the bullet, but it'd be worth it. Now, his second solution, which is the one he goes with in this story, is hold on. Control C. Control B. Now, his second solution, which is a bit more... Oh, no, don't do that. Which is a bit more radical. Is to break the system entirely. You just have this king who's just like, because this king also, just generally speaking, this guy, hold on, this guy, kind of bad, it's kind of bad. In his eyes, one person going like working like 80 hours a week, 80-hour work is a totally reasonable and justified thing to do if poor people don't have to work. Like in his eyes, it's like, yeah, no, you're perfect. Like that's perfectly fine. So that's just a bit of a guy to explain what kind of guy he is. Yeah, no, he knows of. Everyone knows of this. This is an open secret. Like everyone knows it. It's taught in school because it's not like a religious. Like if religion is true, it's no longer religion. It is just physics. And the fact of the matter is all of that. And so you have this king guy. And this guy is like the king. Let me put this up. The king. What do I mean by the king? As in, there is only one king in the entire world. It's him. He took over the world because it was the most practical thing to do to enforce his utilitarian viewpoints. Like, as a utilitarian, in your eyes, it's like, okay, I need to be the one in power because I have the correct moral standing. I need to get in power no matter what. Because as a utilitarian, it's like, okay, I backstabbed my brother, but it's justified because in the future, thousands of people won't have to go through poverty. That's like yeah, he's super like Gustavo Fring. What do you think you were gonna do with this, huh? I'm gonna stab and cut open one of my own guys in front of you. Because I'm upset. I really like the guy you killed. Anyway. Okay, so you have all this, right? Now, as a king, he can't actually enforce this on God. This is super like think about it, he's doing it the most practical way. He's merely a mortal trying to change God's system is it's like a baby trying to change the code of a computer. Guess what's easier for a baby to do? Change the code of a computer for one thing to another? Or just break the fucking computer? And so, the king goes with this one. Now, what is the king's plan? The king's plan is to show God that things aren't in black and white. He has to make something that is great. Hold on. So let me black. I'll just do this for white. This is a white background. What else can I do? So now it's just yeah, not black, not white, gray. That is the king's plan. Now, how do you go about this? Well, as said earlier, if you're in heaven or hell, you are 100% in the eyes of God, 100% either good or evil. So, the super smart king, whose whole plan hitches on basically breaking God for his own utilitarian solution of taking down the whole fucking set. I know it seems crazy, but it's just how it is. So what does he do? Well, I really wish I was better at drawing. This is what he does. He digs a big old hole going down, 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 till eventually he reaches hell. And what he does over here is build a tower that goes up and up and up and up. Alright, let me just change the up and up and up, doop doop doop, and then up, straight up, but like this. It gets super expensive to like keep doing it up and up and up. Shit, I need to lower this actually. That's what I need to do. Oh, it's too much. Oh, it's still too much. There you go. We just move this all the way to this side. Eraser, deselect, then eraser, and put it to like 11. This is what the king does. Super big hole going down to hell. And you know what? I'll even say that he uses the same materials. Yep. Materials from hole used for our, because they're around like the same distance away. Let's go with that. Now, why? You know, why? And this is the reason why. The king's plan is to, how do I draw a baby? King's plan, let's do it actually the really simple way. King's plan is to kidnap yeah, that's baby enough. King's plan. No, I keep repeating it because it takes forever to draw horribly. You know, nature versus nurture. And the king is really banking on the nature thing working because and the nurture thing working because if it is nature, then he's going to be eventually screwed when heaven and hell finds out. What he does is why is that on that? I clicked on this. Why is there we go. His plan: kidnap a baby from hell, kidnap a baby from heaven. That is his plan. Well, that's step one, actually. I'll codify that. Step 1. Now, what is step 2? Here it is done. What is step 2? Well, oh, I don't want to draw a labyrinth. That's gonna take fucking. Okay, hold on. If I just do like this, and then like this, and then just do lines everywhere. Hopefully, that like helps it come across that it's a labyrinth. Hopefully, maybe, hopefully, probably, maybe, hopefully. I'm getting tired of drawing lines. I'm lazy. Very, apparently. Okay, maybe I'll just rate this just to make sure it wasn't obvious. So, what is the king's plan? While obviously put the angel baby and the demon baby in a big old maze. Now, that is just like the immediate plan. Now, you might ask why. Well, that is because it's actually a bit more of a lore thing. That is because God's eye is the big old sun. And ooh, how do I draw this? Probably more blue undertones for closer, like there. And the devil's eye is the moon. And so what they do. Oh, yeah. And let's go with let's go with this one. And no, let's go with that one. So yep. Angel eyes are the star. And demons, they just don't even bother looking up. They just can't. They're actually blocked. Yeah. I'll just put that. Can't be Earth. Yeah, angel's eye is the stars, devil's eye is the moon, God's eye is the sun. Now, they do this. Me. They kidnap the babies on a full moon during super stormy weather. Yeah, let's call it like that. And so they put these kids in an underground maze. Now, this is how the maze is structured. So, side view. So this is gonna be the maze, just like chilling. Now, hold on, this is gonna be the earth. Now this is actually water. Blessed holy water that goes beneath it. Blessed holy water. Okay, it's step 2. Step 1, kidnap the demon baby and the heaven baby. Step 2, put them in a big old maze with blessed holy water above and I don't know, rocks from hell or something. Rocks from hell. That's the setup. Now, this is getting more. This is the gameplay. This is all just lore so far. Basically, the gameplay is like an RPG. You can switch between the two characters to like fight and for decision making and stuff. But super heavily inspired by that one song, "They Both Reach for the Gun." Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both, oh yes, they both, yes, they both reach for the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, they both reach for the gun, for the. That's what the song's based. That's what the video game's based off. Literally the entire thing. And so you play as either of the. I'm gonna go. Oh, nope. I'm gonna go below because step 3 is gonna be right here. Step 2. Now over here. Now. Up. Between. And is that really between? That feels wrong. Where's my phone? Between. No, I guess that's right. Okay. So slot between the two characters. Whoosh. 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 I don't want to. I don't want to draw this, and I don't want to type this anymore. I've had this idea for like literal months, so I'm not gonna like forget it or anything. Basically, the king person puts them through different trials and stuff, and like subtly tries to influence them through different contexts and the like. And like when the kids were growing up, they had carekeepers and stuff, and the carekeepers for, and also here's a heavy thing. Here's a heavy thing. So I'll put this in step 3. Step 3. So in step 3, this is the thing. The caretakers don't know which is which. Now, oof, man. Oof, nice like this. Okay. Now, why? And that is because this. Humans and stuff have biases and have fears and the like. Oh, I can actually make this bigger. So if you're a human and you're like, hey, and the king is like, hey, I need you to like manipulate this literal angel baby into becoming evil, you low-key just be like, the fuck are you asking of me? Like, actually. So they don't know which one's which. The kids are gonna be like cloaked or something. How do I draw a cloak? They're gonna be like cloaked or something. Yeah, I'm done with this. I wanna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep. Save as man strange flash gray matter. What do you mean the slash is not valid? What do you mean? How is that not valid? No space? Wow, it's the slash. Archaic.